I have many category videos in the videos section. Guinea comb after cutting his neck. With hair cutting technique. As you can see, using my comb as a ruler and following the previous haircutty height, I continue cutting on the same plane and cut in the same way as the second stage. I'm so sorry I went to this third level. Guinea sweat left with hair cutting technique, using my comb as a ruler, using the spot where I cut my previous hair, and I continue my haircut. I continue my cutting by creating a straight line. Here, I use my comb in light color. Our hair color is darky. Comb haircut comb use is also very important. If you use a comb according to the color of the hair. Very comfortable in the cut. You watch on the road. I recommend this to you as a footnote. As you can see, the hair point I cut before. Again using our comb as a ruler, we continue our haircut. Gradually separating the hair. Creating horizontal separations. And sharp horse cutting technique with straight scissor stroke. Using our comb as a ruler. We will get a blunt look. We use our comb like a ruler. And we continue our cutting. The hair color of the cut comb you used here. We stated that it should be compatible. If the hair is dark here, a light comb. If the hair is light, you can choose a dark comb. While cutting, make sure your scissors are specific. Certain scissors make clearer cuts and helps you cut hair without shredding. This is too when you cut your customer. So when the next month comes, it will tell you that your hair grows healthier. As you can see, the backstage is completely. We cut it with the first size we cut. Now we go to the left side. We will cut the sides. Here is to two-stage chestnut hair. Here is the head of our customer first, adjusting the stance distance. And here, combing hair. As you can see, from the hair point we cut before, taking our guide. We continue our haircut from here. VE. From the first hair point we cut, following our guide. On our side. I keep cutting. After cutting the left side, the right side is also. We cut 2 stages. Our budget hair. I'm adjusting the stopping distance of the head of our budget. And as you can see, following our guide. We continue our cut. Here by taking the space in your ear and touching it with scissors. This is also very important. We continue our cut after receiving. Here at the bottom. After checking our guide, I keep cutting our hair point. to the front of the hair after cutting the basic length of the hair. We will earn some read, hereby creating distinctions from the line of the forehead and eyebrows. So E, by creating a separation of purchase motif. I'm creating a triangular distinction here. My eyebrows here, E from the starting end point of your eyebrows, E. Starting from 1. And E our customer's E cutting section. Standing on the diagonal. I separate and we continue our cut. I'm applying 45-degree angles here. And the first hair point I cut as a guide.
Crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. After separating 4 main sections, starting from the nape part, we will cut the hair in 4 stages. The back part first. Sharpening cutting technique. We will determine the length of the hair, which is the first stage with Guinea sharpening cutting technique after determining the height. En sedan, shortben. Cutting the section. After revealing the length of your hair, this dye is suitable in one way, progressively to the hair at 45-degree angles. We will apply a haircut, what we call gradation bob cut on the back, that is, the hair, to add movement and volume to the back of the hair to provide natural 1E transition. Folding. We will apply a folding process with 45-degree angles. Your hair in the first place, at an angle of 0 degrees to determine his height. Hair. We determine the neck from the nape part. This is the basis of the hair. We determine the length of the hair. Hair a second stage. We separate Guinea horizontal. I create 1 distinction. And from the middle part of the hair, after creating horizontal separation, we'll create a distinction. The hair point we cut from the bottom 1 by forming 1 angle of 45 degrees by taking guide. We continue our cut in this nape part, creating vertical separations. Nape part. I cut it at 45-degree angles. If you want to get a haircut like this, coming to my hall from me, you can get haircut service. Our hall is in Istanbul Beylikdüzü. Social media addresses are available in the description section. By reaching my hall from here, of my video, you can get hair cutting services and hairdressing services. Back part. With horizontal vertical separations. I keep cutting with a 45-degree angle. Hereby separating the hair slice by slice, cutting the stain piece by slice. And check the hair point we have cut before from the bottom. We continue our cutting, as you can see on the back, creating light coats. In hair. So we call bomber, make the hair look beautiful, and we ensure that the back of the hair is folded. We created the second distinction. First division was a straight division, second division, and third division third distinction. Hair at 45-degree angles to the Guinea. According to output direction, we create a 90-degree separation and the hair comes out. Direction after. We also create a 45-degree angle as a cut. When forming the 45-degree angle, the hair point we cut first. We continue as a guide, friends. This distinction with the hair points we cut before. We continue our process by combining. If you want to watch my other videos, my channel. There are many categories of videos in the video section. By reaching here, you can also watch my other videos, as you can see. Forming distinctions and at an angle of 45 degrees. From the inside out. We continue our haircut by creating layers. Here I fold the back of the hair as a basis first. And in the next process, your hair. On the left and right sides, equating each other. We create our bob haircut design. We're coming to the tray part. Tray, as you can see. After coming to the part of the guinea vertical by creating a distinction. Bottom to top 45. Forming an angle of 45 degrees from inside to outside. I continue the haircut. For your information, I cut the hair by separating it slice by slice. As you can see, the gradient will form the 3 shape. At the back, layers formed and a beautiful image occurred. I come to the left part of the hair after cutting the back part, and from here creating a diagonal 1 distinction, a short on the back and short on the front, creating a light 45-degree angle that from the neck to the front light space, light here pandgui, to get one extending view, with 45-degree finger grip E. I keep making sure. Then I comb the hair back. The front part of the hair is a little longer because I combed it backwards. I will appear. Here I equate with the shortness in the back. And I keep getting certain. My finger grip here is slightly 45 degrees, not straight. Suitable for the slope of the hair. Suitable for the model of the hair. From the neck to the front. Light 45-degree angles with sharp horse cutting technique with finger grip. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. After this cutting process is finished, I'm going to the other part. I'm going to the right guinea the same way. Left side, well, the technique I applied is diagonal again, with cross separations. I comb the hair back to form. And by creating an angle of 45 degrees as a finger grip, with the clamp on the back, the length of the front, equalizing by creating a 45-degree angle. Here I comb the hair slightly backwards. And after scanning the front part slightly backwards, again with a 45-degree angle, I continue the hair cutting process. Here is the appearance of your hair from the neck to the short front. To achieve a slightly elongated 1 appearance. Graduation bob here. We can also describe it as cutting. Folded back to the front. 1 haircut with lengthening transitions. We create the process. You guys are bob haircut too. Other haircutting techniques, also from the subject. So if you want to get a haircut, you can come to my salon and get service from me. Our place is in Istanbul Beylikdüzü. Yes, the front of the hair. Want to add some movement. In the front. Suitable for natural separation. I made the distinction and I'm separating. And by doing the heel control, stretching forward from the nape part, I will create a 45-degree angle again. I created the distinction here from the top part. Do we have a mistake or not? We will check it and get it from the neck. At an angle of 45 degrees, to come from short to long. I equalize the hair as you can see the top distinction. I'm creating a distinction from the joke parts with 1 address. And after creating the adenolar distinction again, from the shortest point, I see the hairline we cut on the back. Our guide 1 hair point we cut before. After cutting this point, creating an angle of 45 degrees, I continued cutting. After doing this, friends, your hair. To the hair to ensure their transition, I will apply blocking. So hard appearance on 3 parts of the hair. More natural than transitional to achieve 1. To get the pass. I use E-file scissors to get, that is, 1 scissors of hair that we call intermediate scissors. separating it gradually as if cutting it again. Starting from the neck, I will apply thinning to the hair. As you can see here, I separated the hair from the first point I cut. And her hair is 45 degrees Guinea, hereby creating an angle, cross point. So I apply thinning to the hair with the cutting technique. I'm not hitting a straight scissor blow, but a diagonal E way. I pass the hair by applying scissor blows. Don't thin the hair as you can see here. Go to the process E hair. I'm applying the Pictus technique to the hair here. Thinning the ends of the hair, not the bottoms of the hair. End parts of the hair, providing their transitions. Your hair is more homogeneous. Begin. To provide passage, I applied a thinning process. This process, after applying it, by applying one beautiful blow-dry process to the forming process, we will not have completed the E-hair design of our model. Friends, you too. If you like my video, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our videos are watched more and more every day, and our channel is getting bigger every day. For watching my video and subscribing to my channel, thank you so much. See you with one new video. Take good care of yourself. Hope to see you. I wish you a good day. See you soon.
Hello friends, welcome to our channel. I'm with you with one new video. Gradient to you today, bob haircut design. I will explain in detail how it is done. I first create our basic distinctions. First, a separate profile distinction. How do I create profile separation? To the beginning of the forehead, straight line in one stripes. To the distinction we have reserved until the end of the neck. We say profile separation. Crown separation in division 2. Crown separation is also 2 eyebrows, 2 ears apart, 1. The distinction we have separated from ear to ear, we call crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. So profile separation and crown separation hair automatically 4. We separate the main part. We make this distinction first. When creating a distinction, because we will form the basis of the bob distinction here. From the bottom of every distinction, I'm creating one horizontal distinction. After creating the distinction on the right and left sides, as you can see again, E here, I clearly state with lines. After creating this separation, we will cut the basic length of the hair. In this distinction, after cutting hair length, without creating any mistakes, E is your right side short. Is your left side long? It's like it happened, we eliminate the problems. First, we determine the length of the hair. Here is our E-guide hair length. From the middle part of the hair, from the neck, we want to see. Creating a distinction. The first distinction is a distinction where we will determine the length of the hair, as you can see here. Starting from the middle part, we will cut the other parts to the same size. We will start from the nape part, and when I come to the front parts, light 1 horizontal at an angle of 45 TL. Short to forward 1A. We will continue our haircut with an angle. As you can see here, with the sharp horse cutting technique. With straight scissor stroke, I continue our haircut. After crossing to the left, we use our comb as a ruler. The hair point we cut before. Aligning comb with 6 haircut technique. We cut straight one way. If you want here, you can also cut it straight in one way. If you want, it's a little lighter to make the front a little longer. Horizontal 1 distinction, exhibiting a horizontal 1E grip. 1 slightly forward at a slightly 45-degree angle. We can get in view. If you want the light front to be long here, comb a little horizontally in one way. Then we can make it look longer one by holding. After cutting here, the left side is the same as the right side. Here to prevent the protrusion of the ear, so I scan it backwards, separating it from the middle part of the ear. Lightweight, and prevent the protrusion of the ear here, you know, your hair, to prevent it from being crooked. After separating, my comb is slightly forward again, a slightly curved shape. Holding it so I don't cut it straight, to provide a slightly forward-looking one. Light 1E monthly. With comb grip. Light forward. To provide one extending appearance. I hold it at that angle and I continue my cut here light. Comb with a slight 45-degree diagonal separation. Diagonale ignite combe. I cut after holding it the same way. And the front of the light hair gets a longer one look. As you can see here, I create the second distinction. After cutting the basic structure of the hair, I'm creating the horizontal separation again in the second stage. Here I am creating one distinction from the middle again. And after creating a distinction, I will create a horizontal 45-degree angle. I'm combing the hair here. I'm looking from the bottom, seeing the hair point I cut before. Then, lifting slightly upwards horizontally, holding at 1E angle. I apply cut. This angle is kept here. Horizontal is a 45-degree angle. Again in the same way 1. The next section in the same way. Again with the sniper cutting technique. I continue my haircut with straight scissors blow. The hair I cut as a guide in the middle. The left and right sides are the same. I continue by cutting guinea 2, 1. I'm creating a distinction here. I'm creating horizontal distinctions. You too. My video, like and express your thoughts in the comments. I want friends. If you like my video and if you also share your social media address, we will reach many people. The second distinction. Guinea this time, guinea horizontal 45-degree angle. By following the hair point we passed before, I continue our haircut. I cut the first and second steps at a horizontal 45-degree angle. In the videos section of my channel, videos available in many categories. You can also watch these videos, guys. Haircut coloring. Keratin hair care. Ombre sombre. Blonde hair opening. Many services such as painting. You can find it in the videos section of my giant channel. And if you want to get a haircut service from me, my channel, 3 social media addresses are available in the description section. By reaching my hall from here, haircut service. And you can also get other hairdressing services. After cutting this length, our model wanted her neck to be a little shorter. That's why we're still the same Shortened in the section I told you by shortening now 3. We went to the section. Here a 3. Guinea horizontal, yeah, because we came to the top in the section. Exiting E from 45 whole angle. Vertical this time. I created one distinction here, vertical 45s. We will create an angle, guys, and cut from there. As you can see here, we cut it before, from the hair point. Creating a vertical 45-degree angle. I create a vertical 45-degree angle and I keep cutting hair. This is one angle that we describe as vertical 45 degrees. The hair point we cut before, well, after seeing it as a guide. With vertical separations, create the 45-degree angle. We continue our gravitation bob cutting here. I cut it in the middle here and I cut the left side. And the left side, backside of 3 main sections. 3 vertical, by creating separations slice by slice. The at 45-degree angle. I continue our haircut. After cutting this section, after cutting at 45-degree angle, as you can see, I look at the middle part and check. And so 45 quarter angle again. We continue our cut. What? Here from the back, because there is a slight length on the front, I equated it with the length of your hair. Any now. From our first distinction on the left. Comb again after separating. With our comb. Slightly forward. I'm scanning. Our comb. Yes. As you can see, the back of the hair is dyed. Using our comb like a ruler. Straight one way. I'm cutting. Here is a light one forward length, friends. Not straight our comb. You can also keep it slightly horizontal, to look longer. Here we use our comb as a ruler. We continue our haircut, friends. Likewise on the right. I scan properly and one hair point we cut before as a guide. I continue my haircut. Here is the comb 6 haircutting technique. As you can see, I saw the previous haircut point. Under my comb and flush, I continue the haircut. I combed my comb properly with a warm comb, and I aligned the hair with the hair point I had cut before. After aligning, I continued cutting. I'm checking a little here. Sometimes here according to the fall of hair. I cut according to the fall of the hair. Sometimes hair can be worn. After checking to see if there is an error at the bottom, we will continue our process, guys. Now, friends, we determined our cut, the model of the hair. I switched to the personalization EE section here. Friends, so that there is no hard-won image on the ends of the hair. Me starting from the neck again with green scissors. Step by step. I'm doing thinning. Here I apply it to the ends of the hair. Before the bottom of the hair, do your hair with unbreakable scissors. Starting from the middle part, as you can see from the end parts. Apply thinning process. In the process I did here. More homogeneous distribution of the haircut. And to avoid scissors, thinning with fine scissors. I'm doing the procedure on the ends of the hair. Here by separating the hair gradually with thin slices. Thinning the ends of the hair. Here and done work. In the process we have done. You may have gotten the density of the hair too. So we may have, if your model complains about the density of the hair. With this kind of operation, you can get the hoage density just by thinning it. But if you don't want one hard image on the ends of the hair, here, with the same process you can soften the ends of the hair. To make transitions look healthier. End parts. By thinning process, we can soften it with this kind of thinning process. We make sure that your transitions are one more beautiful image. Here, we will give a slight movement to the front parts of the hair. Friends, I divide the hair in half, so I'm recreating the profile distinction. Here from the end of my eyebrow, E1. You'd from the point where my comb touched by starting. I will create one distinction that we call a null forehead motif. Move the hair from the front part. We make our distinction. I'm going to give a little movement in front of the hair here, so I'm doing some folding. But from this point we have separated, so we will make a move from the section we reserved. To throw a light coat in the front, I divided the hair in half. To cut the E section on my client's left side, I'm going to the right side. And towards chin level 1 E. I cut a 45-degree month by determining an angle, and after cutting the left side, I go to the left side to cut the right side. I mean, which hungry side I'm going to cut, I go to the opposite part of it, and I continue to cut. I hope you found my video nice. My advice to you, I would be very pleased if you like my video. And I would be very pleased if you subscribe to my channel. And a new feature has been opened on YouTube, Whip feature. After liking this video, whip directly to this video. 3. There will be a section to do it usually, when you do it from the phone, not the computer. Me when you hype here too. The glass ball of my video, it goes up to the top. Thanks to you. So we will reach many people. Your likes and comments are very important to us. Thanks to you, we reach many people. I mention this in every video because likes and comments. It changes the magic of the video so much. So like my video and subscribe to my channel. I would be much more pleased if you watch. As you can see here, hair. I scanned, and after reaching nose level, from the inside out at an angle of 45 degrees again. At an angle of 45 degrees, I cut. So I checked. This hair point we cut with a file scissors on the front. I thin it with a light pictus technique. To make a better fall. Yes, friends, our haircut is over. Our model is like this. One view more curved from the back. So one design we call gradation bob. If you want to make one such design, if you want to make one model like this, from my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me, coming to my haul, you can get one haircut like this. You can get service from me, guys. I hope you like my e-model. Hope to see you for now. Take good care of yourself. I wish you a good day.
Hello, friends. Bob haircut design that stands out for you today. I will explain in detail how to do this. We will divide the hair into two main sections. Our first distinction is profile separation. From the middle of two eyebrows to the neck. We call the distinction profile separation. After creating a profile separation, your hair is at shoulder level first. So I'm from the left. I created an E horizontal distinction. I cut my first schmond after creating the horizontal separation. Here E your neck E. And starting at the very beginning. Mackerel, sharpening cutting technique, that is, with a straight I made a distinction. Stroke. And E. Now, after cutting the left side, I went to the right side. The right side is the same, with straight scissor stroke between fingers, and sharp line cutting technique, so straight E with its blows E. I'm creating a fixed design. At the back, as you can see, the previous, following the hair point I cut. I'm creating burden, always the hair point we cut before. E as a guide. If you guide yourself, this too. E prevents you from making mistakes. As you can see here, E horizontal, diagonal, by creating distinctions, that is, because it stretches forward, by creating forward diagonal divisions. So yes, I keep cutting. Now I have divided it into the third level. After 3 separations, you see, like the hair point we cut before. E guinea scanning backwards is straight. So I'm creating a cut. So here's her hair. Scanning backwards, I cut it straight, and following this in the same way. I cut by combing backwards. E guinea straight form, I continue. Here is a longer view from the back to the short front. We get. Here E, the name of this design, is fixed. So we can also call it a line. So at a fixed point, cut the hair. Towards the back, it can be short or long. When you make such a cut, the front of the hair is longer. The backs will be shorter. S-O here. E forward, E bob. So we can say lop because it's a long bob. E, we can also say lop cut. E, yes, here, under the neck. Neither too short nor too long design, as you can see backwards here. E with sharpening exact technique. Scissors. E straight E. Somehow, scanning backwards, and between fingers, I scan. I create very clear and sharp lines. As you can see, I always follow my guide from behind. I mean, the hair point I cut before. I cut by following. Very clear. I'm going to give the hair a little texture here. From ear from the peak. I make a diagonal distinction to the back, so I'm creating a cross distinction to the back, here behind the ear. The right side of my client, I'm going to the left because you front of the hair. I will create floors here. E as a shortness in the front part of the floor. Cheeky, by aligning your bones, that is, your cheekbones. E taking a guide, so the shortest. The section starts right from the most purposeful bones, and down to 45-degree angles. I'm applying a folding process. You see here, guinea after cutting it at 45-degree angles. E like hair scrolling technique. Starting from the shortest hair point, I'm sending a very light move and E after E. The ends of the hair by applying the pictus technique, softening. Now I cut the right side, then I went to the left side. I'm going to cut the left side, but what am I doing here? My customer's E hair later. I pass to your right, and after I pass to your right, my guide from the previous hair point I cut, taking guinea, with scrolling technique, from the shortest point, E point here, point cut. By applying the point cutting technique, I continue my folding process. After cutting here, form a triangle again from the top of the hair. I make a distinction, and I take a guide to myself from left and right. Here is the hair from the hair points I cut before. E, after getting the guide, I sync according to that guide, so the hair. Here is bob stretching forward. And we have created a layered design. Yes, here. E, you see, after creating a triangle separation from the peak point like E, I'm adjusting your shortness. This will be my guide. And starting from the back, I separate the hair slice by slice. And guide on this apex. As you can see by following there all over, I take a guide from a peak in each slice, and in accordance with this guide, applying point cutting technique, I'm synchronizing. That is, the length of the guide at the top. Somehow only one that tall. E, I'm scanning the point towards the front of the hair exit, and after seeing my sheath extension, applying point cutting technique, I continue the haircut, as you can see from both sides. After cutting the guinea from a peak, E, E, guinea the same way. And as I did in the front, E, E, I created a horizontal separation, a triangular form on the top, appeared, and I'm scanning this peak. And the hair point one cut before, so after determining the hair length, E same size point cutting technique, that is point, with cutting technique, E, I, cut, and. Then I continue to the back by creating an E vertical separation again in the part of, and comb the hair in the direction of exit, and determining the hair from the shortest point on the peak, E and point, cutting technique, that is, with the point cutting technique, E, E, E. Now I continue my cutting. So let me give the hair texture here. I apply hair folding, neither too busy nor too little. After doing the folding process, E, then F-file, auger with scissors, starting from the front parts of the hair with the technique. I'm creating the auger, end parts of the hair. I apply a light thinning process, here for a more homogeneous transition of hair. And to make the transitions more beautiful, language E piece by piece, auger E, I twist the hair by applying a hair technique. I compress the hair and the ends of the hair. With money scissors, that is, with F-file scissors, I apply a thinning process. Here the transitions of the hair are more beautiful, and our model hair allows you to use it more comfortably. As you can see, the front of the hair is long, and the back is short and moving. That is, in two E models of lop and layered E hair design. We created a mixed design. You also like my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will be with you with new videos. I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Hope to see you. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with a new video. Curtain bangs for you today. Hair design and how to make a straight haircut design. I will explain in detail. I created these first. I created your profile separation. After creating the separation of profiles, I created the coronation. And after creating that distinction, her hair is from behind E. Straight haircut by creating horizontal separations of hair. I started the cutting process. Friends, first of all, I cut it gradually. After creating the first E horizontal separation, I determined the length of your hair and haircut with E sharp horse cutting technique. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. And as a second tier, again, in the hair point I cut before, I determined the length of the hair in the same way as the guide. I cut it straight. I divided the back part of the hair, or the hair, into 4 main sections. I cut the first.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. To you today, how to make a blunt bob haircut. I will explain it in detail. I will create the basic distinctions first. Our first distinction is profile separation. After creating my profile distinction, also as the second distinction, I will create a crown separation. Profile separation. My forehead present from the beginning. The distinction we have divided to the neck. At the coronation. Comb again. We put it on the crown of your forehead. And from the point where our comb's back touches a crown separation to the distinction we have separated, that is, 1, from ear to ear. The fixed one. The distinction we have separated as a line is called the crown separation. Here the crown separation, the front and back of the hair. Separating 2 main sections. Profile separation also divides the hair in half, so here we divide the hair into 4 basic E sections. We divide it into 4 basic parts. After dividing it into 4 basic parts in 1 step, we will apply a haircut
to separate it in a gradual way. I'm starting and I'll cut it gradually. Here, our first level will be the dye of our model's hair. We will apply one straight haircut. So create a blunt haircut, comb 6 for applying it. So we apply the technique of sharp ablution. That is, we also apply it with a straight scissor stroke. There will be one straight haircut. Here, I will use one angle of 0 degrees. So I use my comb as a ruler. Without creating any angle. There will be one haircut suitable for the direction of hair fall. I make our model tilt its head very slightly forward. And here, first,
Profile separation. Your hair is at shoulder level first. Hello, friends. Well, and I will give...
Today you curtain bangs layered haircut. I want to explain our service in detail. Layered haircut here. Curtain cardamom, how to do this. You will see in detail. First, we create profile separation later. Say we will create a crown separation. Profile separation with crown separation. The process of dividing the hair into 4 main sections. We say friends. First distinction, profile distinction. Profile separation from the middle of 2 eyebrows to the straight line that I parted down to the neck. Profile separation. Second also. Crown separation from one ear to the other ear. The distinction we have separated, we call crown separation. Fold the front parts of the hair after the crown separation. A curtain to make cardamom process. We split the hair in half. After this separation, starting from ear levels, we create a diagonal separation from both sides. Then while cutting our customer's right side, I go to the left and starting from cheekbones, 45 degrees. We will create a distinction, haircut with a distinction of 45 degrees. So we'll start doing here profile, starting from the apple bones. We determine our sword from top to bottom at an angle of 45 degrees. And I cut and the other parts are the same, at an angle of 45 degrees after cutting. I scan them all towards myself and I make my cut by creating a single line. Then I will cut the left side. While cutting the left side, I pass to the right side of my customer. The first part of the guinea cheekbones. I cut it so I separate it diagonally. Later. Right? Scanning from left to right. I'm cutting the first part. Then the second part is the same from the right. I'm taking it all alone to the left. And cut the previous. From my hair point, I cut our banana the same size. After folding the front, back eye first, we created a profile separation on the right side. We divided the hair into 2 main sections. I will fold the back in 2 main sections. Same way again. I'm creating a diagonal separation towards the back. And on the right, piece. For cutting the right part, I go to the left side and the front one I cut first guinea from section. Right? To the left. As you can see by creating a distinction, I was born first cut. Hair point. I cut by specifying, so I scan. This time I'm scanning them all forward. That is at an angle of 45 degrees. Scanning directly to the front. I see the hair spot I cut before. I see the guide, so I equate it with hair length. Both in the front parts here, I equate with the height. I equate with the length in the front. Both. When the blow dry you scatter is taken. When the shape is given, the front. Hair equality. And long pieces. So that it does not appear. At 45-degree angles to the front section. I scan the back with diagonal angles and forward. I'm scanning in the front part again, at an angle of 90 degrees for scanning forward. I'm cutting. This side, no. What happens when I scan this cutting process forward? There is a folding process from the front to the back. Because the hair in the front is a little short, there is a cut suitable for the short hair in the front. Hair falls longer towards the back, and folding process on the front and back. We are applying both. From the front, we shorten and fold. A hair we see when we throw it backwards. We made a move. And a both oval. Here and an oval back. The look was also folded and ovally. We will have a look. This time to check the hair guinea after combing. I comb the hair completely and towards the peak. I lift it up. A check again. Is there an error after checking it? Equalize, and from the ends, I'm cutting. I look at the 3 dots and cut by length. Then, so you know your hair. To apply a folding operation to the foundation, I divide the hair in half with the guinea star technique. And listen piece by piece. As you can see, so neither too thick nor too much. I scan upwards in thin pieces. 90 degrees.